The United States of America, USA Weightlifting, is the national nonprofit governing body for the sport of weightlifting in the United States. USA Weightlifting is known for being the only organization recognized by the United States Olympic Committee and the International Weightlifting Federation to send athletes to World Championships, Pan American Championships, Pan American Games, and Olympic Games. The mission of enabling U.S. athletes to achieve sustained competitive excellence in Olympic competition and promote the growth of the sport of weightlifting in the United States, the USA Weightlifting Organization provides coaching, education, and certification, competition management, hosts special events and camps, record keeping, and selects teams for international events. The organization relies mainly on donors, funding from the U.S. Olympic Committee, and revenue from coaching education courses, which is the organization's primary revenue source, made up of educational content and certification. The USA Weightlifting National Office is located at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, Colorado. There are 45 local weightlifting committees across the United States. Each local weightlifting committee promotes weightlifting programs and develops athletes in its region by holding local competitions and other programs. The focal business process of the USA Weightlifting Organization are coaching education services and membership revenue, with coaching course attendance, sanctions, and coaching membership renewals being the three most critical success factors. Tracking, documenting, and maintaining all records on memberships becomes an important business process in all areas of the USA Weightlifting's allocation of resources and funding. To be a part of USA Weightlifting, you must first join via website. As a member, you are able to take advantage of all resources available, including courses and tournaments. USA Weightlifting utilizes a web-based system called Webpoint to track coaching services and membership. There are both built-in reports as well as individualized reporting options. Monthly coaching statistics can also be pulled. All these reports assist the U.S. weightlifting team in tracking individuals for follow-up to complete certification, update membership and certifications, and the number of new coach memberships. Several departments within the USA Weightlifting Organization utilizes Webpoint. For example, in the membership department, reports are generated through Webpoint regarding coach membership renewals. The coaching education manager generates reports regarding course attendance, cancellation, and certificate status. Two totally different departments, but both use Webpoint to develop strategic plans for the department individually as well as the organization as a whole. Webpoint is a critical tool used. Making decisions on whether or not to sanction a course in the same area in the future, or finding that a course was canceled due to another course being hosted in close proximity, is vital to deciding course placement using data generated from Webpoint. Ultimately, USA Weightlifting uses their information system efficiently and appears to closely track issues, updates, and wish lists for improvements that impact the overall business strategy and increases revenue through their education programs. So why Webpoint? Webpoint could be accessed from any computer at any time, anywhere. Its staff consists of 2 programmers, 1 sales staff, and the owner. The company works directly with each national governing body to update and expand features within the information system to meet the expanding needs of growing national governing bodies they work with in the Olympic movement. The ability of the organization to work directly with clients through Webpoint is what has made them as successful within the Olympic organization as a membership management system.
Through our readings and discussions, our group was able to identify 3 critical success factors that help USA Weightlifting achieve its mission to sustain Olympic excellence. The first critical success factor identified was coaching course attendance. This was identified as a critical success factor because USA Weightlifting relies on coaching course fees to fund their organizational goals and programs. The second critical success factor identified was coaching courses sanctioned, completed, and canceled per year. This was identified as a critical success factor because USA Weightlifting uses this information when making a decision on where to sanction an event in the United States. For example, Coaching Education Manager J.P. Nicoletta stated that if a coaching course is canceled in the same area or the same club twice in a row, the organization may rethink sanctioning an event there in the future, as it causes other courses to lose out on potential attendees if those attendees opt to attend a course that has a high chance of being canceled based on previous attendance. The organization must weigh the opportunity cost of sanctioning one event over another, and the attendees have to weigh the switching costs of registering for one course over another. The third critical success factor identified was coaching membership renewal. This was identified as a critical success factor because USA Weightlifting uses this information to track renewal rates of their largest membership group. This membership group also pays an upcharge to keep their coaching certification current, which then in turn provides more revenue to the organization. Problems with the organization's use of the system Webpoint include frequent updates to include new features, which can sometimes slow down the system, but does not prohibit their daily use of the system's functions. Recently, they have been experiencing system errors when making changes to member profiles or pulling reports that contain large amounts of data. This issue is currently being corrected by Webpoint and Brad Sahorsky at USA Weightlifting. New opportunities identified for USA Weightlifting include upgrading their report templates in Webpoint so that they do not have to manually create reports each time for the same information, updating their Level 2 course to entice coaching members to purchase the Level 2 course and upgrade their memberships, increasing the amount of coaching education content offered to coaches through Webpoint's platform. Webpoint has added value to the organization since their migration from Hangster system in 2015 in a number of ways, including its ability to generate reports in a comprehensive format, mass emailing capability, and third-party app integration with their background check company, SafeSport, and in 2019, they plan to launch a Moodle integration. These additions have helped to streamline member retention programs, which have helped the organization maintain their goal of keeping over 25,000 members, according to membership manager Brad Sahorsky. It has also helped them track more efficiently course completion and cancellation rates, which helps the organization track gross revenue in real time. Additionally, it helps the organization upload course results immediately with its test integration function, which helps with coach member satisfaction and retention. Overall, the organization makes efficient use of their CMS and has proven through various uses that the move from Hangster to Webpoint has helped them improve their overall business processes.
Next, we'll talk about how Webpoint supports USA Weightlifting in fulfilling their mission. USA Weightlifting's mission is to enable United States athletes to achieve sustained competitive excellence in Olympic competition and to promote and grow the sport of weightlifting in the United States. We did identify 3 critical success factors. The first one was coaching attendance. Second was coaching courses completed, sanctioned, and canceled. And thirdly, coaching membership renewals. These 3 critical success factors can be tracked by state, and they can even be broken down into 5 sections. All of this happens within Webpoint. They can look at certifications that happen in the past 30 days, and they can also look at those that have certifications but have not yet renewed their memberships. These items are tracked, and then reports are generated. All of this is done, again, through Webpoint. Those reports are then used for the strategic planning, which includes in which areas they will be offering the courses. Once they know where the courses will be offered, then the supply chain process takes place. According to USA Weightlifting, it begins with identifying the content creator, creating certification goals, creating topics, creating exams, athlete selection for their demos, producing the content, using committees and instructors to review the content, creating online seminars, selecting a launch date, establishing their marketing plan for the content, and it all culminates with the final product launch. Webpoint is instrumental in this process as they are facing fierce competition from CrossFit and the National Strength and Conditioning Association. USA Weightlifting is a non-profit organization, while CrossFit is not. CrossFit is actually a for-profit organization. For USA Weightlifting, their service is the most important aspect of the entire value chain as they depend on membership renewals. And with great customer service and great service in general, they'll have members coming back, for which Webpoint is instrumental in tracking the membership. Conversely, for them, the least important primary activity from the entire value chain process happens to be marketing.
Webpoint application has had a major impact on the success of USA Weightlifting. We have learned that it helped to benefit the growth of the business in several ways. Number one, sales and marketing leverages the demographic information from Webpoint for future recruitment efforts. They're able to take the data that's housed there and get a very good idea of the type of target audience is using their tools, their coaching, membership, and training materials, and they're able to recruit using that data. Number two, it helps them to monitor educational requirements that generate revenue. So it tracks the progress of those that are enrolled in continuing education or courses through the organization to make sure that they've completed everything that's required. And if not, reports are generated where they can reach out to those folks and kind of nudge them along to say, hey, you need to complete this, or this is outstanding. And those things obviously generate revenue for the organization. And number three, it helps to improve the procurement process. So when you're a vendor and you're using other vendors, it's a great place to be able to manage inventory and things of that nature. So the system has supported the inventory and procurement process. Number four, it has helped to frame the firm's infrastructure by, number one, organizing data. And some of the ways that it's done that is tracking membership and tracking renewals. B, providing data to determine staffing levels. C, providing data to support financial planning. In addition, the data captured in Webpoint has already proven to be instrumental in assisting USA Weightlifting to be successful in its comparator industry, one of which is CrossFit. So having this application has helped them to develop such a very strong infrastructure that they've been able to be very competitive in their market and be a leader in their market. In the future, some of the things that USA Weightlifting can continue to use or to do with regard to IT and their infrastructure to improve their business quality and growth from this tool is to use the data outcomes to come up with easier ways to analyze processes, to provide services, to develop their business strategy, planning, decision making, coordination, and establishment of any controls that are necessary. They can also use the data to determine the need for future technical investments. What are the gaps? What is the system doing? What is it not? What do they need it to do? They can use the technology as a new source of business. They can work with developers to make sure that the system is more aesthetically pleasing. Because one of the things that's been a challenge is that visually it's not very intuitive or user-friendly, should I say. And lastly, I think one of the things that they could do in the future to help to leverage the tool to grow the organization is to consider investing or adding more staff for the purpose of system development to ensure that there's adequate focus on development of the system, build out of the system, improving methodology, and more importantly, quality and efficiency.